is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Perry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
Here are Mickey Spagnola, Brian Broaddus, Rob Phillips, and Bill Jones.
Did you wave at the camera, Mickey?
No.
I was adjusting my volume. No, here.
Just as Tommy John's.
Mickey Spagnola.
Hey, what's up today? It's a beautiful Friday.
It's not a beautiful Friday. It's a fabulous Football Friday edition of Talking Cowboys. As we get you ready for those hated Philadelphia Eagles. And listening to yesterday's show, I can tell Mickey hates the Eagles this week, right?
I hate them. No, I just think they're kind of funny, really. At 4-4 and all the talking going on out there. Jeez.
There was a lot of talking going on Talking Cowboys on Thursday, too. Hello, Rob Phillips. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Bill?
Sounds like Bill.
Welcome back.
Doing very well.
Yeah, Bill missed
I'm
us.
energized, yes. I
He's
enjoyed listening to you.
He's built up 2 days worth of talking to him.
That's right. And Brian Broaddus, how are you?
William, doing well, thank you.
Doing very well myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
LSU's got who this week?
Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that'll be a tough battle.
It will be a tough battle.
It will.
It will.
You're
It
on
feels
Dallas-
like you're not
Hear
lying.
that or what?
Here on DallasCowboys.com.
Yeah.
Those Razorbacks, you got to look out for them. And Rob Phillips, the Aggies.
Who cares?
Oh, despondent Rob Phillips.
It's Ole
No,
Miss.
that was
Ole Miss.
last week's loss.
Oh, that's
was
last week was
Yeah.
Auburn. Okay, I'm sorry.
This
Still-
is
that
Ole
maybe
Miss.
the worst choke.
Ken Garrison, how are you?
The worst joke.
It's the worst joke in the
I
last.
called Rob after the game.
Last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It was the worst choke since Missouri and Kentucky.
must be November for those Aggies.
And how about Mizzou?
Hey, went into the swamp and nailed them.
How about
last
this
week.
week?
I'm talking tomorrow. This is
this week?
this football weekend, not last. You're living in the past.
Well, I have to. They won. Vanderbilt.
Vandy, all right.
Vandy.
And we've got Bedlam. If we lose that
Bedlam.
one, then we don't deserve
But all those
to,
reads you've been doing, I shouldn't be doing the Boomer Sooner fight song.
we don't deserve to play football anymore.
Will there
if
be
we lose
Bedlam
that one.
then?
It will not be.
You know, I think I had a dream last night that y'all won the national championship.
well,
I
that's
swear.
a good dream. That's
Yeah,
a good
I don't
dream
know
to have.
why in the
I don't
hell
know how
I would
that's going to
dream that.
happen, but
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
hey,
I real quick, I know we got to get to Cowboys talk, but that's the one team I think can beat Alabama. I think you have to outscore Alabama. I
They
think
got a
they're
good
the
offense.
I think they're the one team that can do it.
all right, let's talk Cowboys. Let's talk Eagles, and I can't wait to hear Mickey's prediction at the end of the show. We are going to lead up to Mickey's prediction at the end of the show.
I think we need the Mickey's Minute music during that because he is fired up
It's
about
time
it.
He
for
is.
Mickey's
Yes.
You're going to be real disappointed. That's all I got to say.
Okay, all right. How about we kick things off talking about my fantasy football team? After
Okay.
Thursday night football last night, how about the 52 points put up by the Pittsburgh Steelers?
They're rolling right now, aren't they?
Yep, they are.
It's
you got to
amazing.
score points in this league, don't you?
Amazing that they tied Cleveland. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right?
But yeah, no, that's a good football
Against a good Carolina defense.
NFL
Yeah.
wanted them to win, too.
team. Oh, here we go. I love this.
Mickey's minute.
Did
Did you
of
watch
edition.
the game?
He's on one. I can tell today. I can just tell it.
Did you watch the game?
I actually was not able to watch the game. I just watched my fantasy football numbers go up since I had Big Ben, Antonio Brown, and Juju and Christian McCaffrey on my team, and I scored 111
Dang,
points.
Bill.
But other than that,
Did
Bill,
you have the
take
tight
the
end?
Steeler hat off.
Did you have the tight end, too?
no.
Guys, like Mike Tomlin, your coach.
Got away with like 2 interference calls for touchdowns. And
It was Walt Coleman's crew last night.
the touchdown in the back of the end zone to the tight end, he's doing this
Vance
with the ball
McDonald.
as he falls down, and the guy is no farther from me to you watching it. And they didn't even review it. And it was a
Did
touchdown.
you see it? Did y'all see it?
No.
The van-
A little bit. Yeah.
I was keeping up with the scores going, but I was doing
I
some other
actually
things.
saw that, and
You had your terrible towel out while you're watching.
Mean Joe Green
I actually
jersey
did
on.
not. We're not going to get bogged down in this, but I
We are
actually-
getting bogged down right
I
now.
actually did not have a problem with them reviewing it. I didn't think he lost control of it. Anyway, we move on now to
He
the
never
Eagles.
had
And
it.
How about an injury report from yesterday, Mickey? Let's get an updated injury report.
Well, the show was starting off with such promise.
We have 6 Dallas Cowboys who did not participate.
Okay.
Ooh.
They
Name them.
DNP'd.
Okay.
No surprises, though. Tavon Austin.
Out.
Taco Charlton.
Out.
You're doing good so far. David Irving.
Out.
Out for a while. Sean Lee. Out for a while. Joe Thomas. Still out. And
Boy, how many inactives
Connor
we-
Williams.
Out.
That's 6. We got 6 inactives
Okay,
already.
yeah, and
Mike White.
Yeah, Mike White. So there you go.
We need to figure out a different hit for pregame live on Sunday night because
that's one of our things, our staples, right?
We've got 7 inactives basically already, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah, you don't even have to wait for an hour and a half before the game. But the good news is Swain was out there limited. Randy Gregory was out there limited.
Play.
And Deontay Thompson got back out there. He's got some sore ribs.
Play.
And I would think those 3 guys are in. And now the last decision will be who plays left guard.
And that's my next question. What are you thinking, Brian Broaddus, left guard?
Ooh, okay. I'm hearing some things that on Wednesday we got Redmond getting the majority of the reps, and then Thursday we got Suafila getting the majority of the reps. My feeling of how I would play this, which they can care less about, with the way I'm going to go with big and experience over athletic and not experienced. So I would play it where I would play Suafilo as my guard, knowing how big the Philadelphia Eagles are inside. I'm going to play power versus power. I'm going to try to play power versus power is what I'm going to do.
Okay, let me throw this in. We taped the Jason Garrett show,
And he
on
says he's going to
Wednesday.
play Redmond?
No. Of course, he didn't reveal anything. But
Oh, sure he did.
What he did say this, when he walked in, he asked me the difference in the pronunciation of Xavier Woods and Xavier Suafilo. Which one is Xavier and which one is Xavier?
Xavier Woods.
Exactly. That's what I told him,
Yeah.
Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
And I wasn't totally sure on whether Xavier goes with the Xavier or not. But the reason I bring that up is he wanted to know.
Yeah.
So
And that's what told me.
Why didn't you just
that-
ask him?
To
It's
make
his player.
sure.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
He wanted to.
Why not ask Bill? Bill knows all.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good point.
maybe he thought I was going to ask him about the
Yeah.
left guard situation, which since we taped the show on Wednesday, I know the decision necessarily hasn't been made, and so I don't.
No.
But anyway, that told me then that Suafilo's got a real chance.
I think he does have a chance.
And on top of that is I went through the defensive, and this goes to exactly what you're talking about. I said, okay, the strength of that Eagles defensive line and their rush defense, and I threw out Fletcher Cox, and then I talked about
Haloti Nada?
Well, wait a second, and I threw out Chris Long. I threw out Michael Bennett as far as the edge guys, and then he said, and Haloti Nada.
And Haloti Nada.
So that goes exactly to what you're talking about with Suafilo maybe being the
You
guy.
going with that, Mickey, at all?
He just didn't want to say Phil Pozderick. That's all.
Yeah,
when he
there you go.
announces it today at 10:35, right?
I don't think he's
No,
going
he's
to
not
announce
gonna
it.
announce it.
Here, here's the deal. I presented this to somebody yesterday. It's like, okay, you keep talking about you don't want to make 2 changes
Right.
to fix 1. I said, well, if Redmond starts, he's still your backup center.
Correct.
And is it better to leave him as backup center / backup guard and put Ciofilo in there? That way he stays in his spot,
Right.
and you just plug that guy in. And I was told that is a thought.
There we go.
They're at least considering.
I
that.
just, if you're going to, I'm going to make them run over a really big guy, is what I'm going to do. Run over, meaning go over the top of him if they have to get to the quarterback. That's the only reason why I would have put or thought about or entertained playing Lyle Collins inside.
Now, Redmond has been active.
But then you would have to play Fleming.
No, and exactly right, Mickey. I'm not. Yes, but at least I've seen Fleming play in the Super Bowl against these guys.
Yeah,
and
okay.
it wasn't terrible. I mean, I understand. I totally get what you're saying there.
Well, and it's a part of that, though, too, the environment, playing on the road at Philadelphia,
Yes.
the more experienced player
He
playing
is.
him.
Suafilo has made a bunch of starts in this
Right,
league.
right.
Yeah, and you're going to have to run over a big body to get to the quarterback. So that's I think that Redmond I think physically he's just like Connor Williams. Physically, I think he is. So I'm willing to put the bigger body, especially with what I know what's coming up.
Who's meaner?
I think Suafilo is. Watching him play,
That's what they need.
Yeah, they need a glass eater inside. I always
Just
say
somebody
that.
that would be punch somebody in the mouth.
Yeah, Redmond's a Harvard guy.
Than Suafilo.
Bill, I hope
And he's made 41 starts.
Bill, I hope my son goes to Harvard.
Yeah. Nothing
Or
against
Dartmouth
Harvard.
or Lehigh or one of those
Yeah,
places.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Columbia.
my kids are my kids, and
Yeah.
so they are not going to qualify for Harvard.
I would think the same thing about my son. Yeah.
Philadelphia's got a few problems also, by the way.
That secondary's got some problems, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're
I wrote about
Jalen Mills and Sidney Jones as his backup, and both of them haven't practiced yet this
Yeah,
week. And
I
there's
wrote
a
about
chance
that.
neither one plays.
Jalen Mills is really smarting now because DeSoto lost to Cedar Hill last night.
Cedar Hill's got a good team. I think that to me, I wrote about Jalen Mills because I think you could kind of take advantage of him. And I told you guys yesterday, or I told these two guys, Bill, that I went back and watched Cooper play against Jalen Mills, and I was good with that. I was good with that. I think that you could take advantage of him. We've seen some double move stuff. We've seen this guy's ability to get in and out of breaks.
Well, what if they're both out?
If they're both out, then where they go? They would go. Rasul Douglas would probably be a guy. He would start opposite of Ronald Darby is what they would do, and then this Dexter McDougal plays their slot, number 34. So that's probably the direction that they would go.
And Rasul Douglas, a third-round draft pick last year.
Yes, Southern Miss, I want to say.
I believe so. And
Yeah.
he made 5 starts a year ago and had
Yeah.
2 picks
Yeah.
last year too.
Yeah, he played quite a bit as a right corner in the game against Jacksonville, and then like I say, McDougal is their nickel, number 34. So if that's the case, then they could cover some things up too with Malcolm Jenkins because he could play in the slot if they had to.
Did they just add McDougal because he's not on their depth chart here?
He's a street free agent of 2018, but he plays for him. Yes. So we'll see. I mean, that's the teams have. You've got to find a way. You got to find a way to block Michael Bennett and Brandon Graham and Chris Long, and that's where this game is gonna hinge. You just can't let Fletcher Cox destroy you inside, though. That's another thing that I think you have to be concerned about. And I don't think they're going to put Fletcher Cox over the top of Zach Martin and say, "Okay, rush all day."
No,
I think whoever the opposite. I think Jim Schwartz is smart enough to see. I'm going to try and create some matchups here with some guys.
That's why before Mickey cut me off, I was going to say,
I did what?
yeah, shocking.
Never happens.
That while Redmond has been active, it's because he's the backup center. That's why he's been active most of the season. If the season's on the line for me, I'm going with the guy who started as more games than anybody at the guard position on this roster except for Zach Martin. Suafilo with 41. I'm going with the guy that's played in the league. But we'll see what happens. I mean,
Season on the line.
yeah,
No, I'm glad you said that.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess conceivably, mathematically, if you fall to 3-6,
No,
you win out.
season's on the
You
line.
win out. You're not out of it. But
Oh,
this is must win.
Yeah.
Zeke said it the other day. He's right. He's absolutely right.
No doubt. No doubt.
You guys are coming around to my must win. It's only taken you 8 weeks to do it.
I have a hard time saying
Although
a
I
game
said
in week
last
2
week-
is
The
must win.
season
but
opener was a must-win.
Thank you, Mickey.
Last week was a must-win.
Yeah. See, this is
No,
where
that was a gotta win.
this is.
Yeah, that's right.
This is where this all to me is so difficult, is because now you're in a situation where there's games you absolutely should have won. You should have beaten Houston. You should have beaten Washington. You should have beaten Tennessee. Now you're in the situation you are having to go to Philadelphia, and as you say, a must win.
Yeah.
That's why I think every game's a must win, because at the end of the day, like I said, they're going to add them up, and you're either going to be a game in or a game out. Maybe more. But this team has got to figure out a way. And
Sproles is out too, you think?
he is out, yes. Mm-hmm. He is out. So, and they've had some issues with their offensive line. Lane Johnson, he got hurt in the Jacksonville game, but he's had a week off. Jason Peters is always banged up. Take advantage of him being slow-footed, by the way.
Like those guys are going to play, but they won't
Yeah.
be 100%.
Yeah.
He's going to put a brace on and go out there, but he's got a sprained MCL.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson.
Yeah. Lane Johnson.
And Carson Wentz, when you look at Carson Wentz,
Played pretty well.
He's played pretty well, but the Eagles have given up some sacks this year.
They have, I believe, in the last 6 games, it's 21, maybe, or 24, something like that. But
They've given up more than the Cowboys.
Yeah. He's had to take a lot of hits. I'll tell you where this team doesn't like to, and this is something I would consider as I was watching the games. I was watching him play these last few games. I know Cowboys don't like to do this in their nickel, but I would keep a linebacker back watching him. I would keep, whoever that is. Van Der Esch. I know they like to blitz Smith. We see that all the time. Don't we see Jalen Smith always like to rush?
Yes.
This guy's capable of beating you with his legs. I'm talking like Cam Newton beat you, Russell Wilson beat you, Deshaun Watson beat you.
Marcus Mariota beat you with his legs.
Well, exactly. Well, I mean, this guy's got this guy, even with the bad knee, still is not afraid to run.
No, I think he's moving pretty well for a guy that's however many months removed from that.
Yeah, but he's not afraid. I mean, you would think that most guys are cautious, that they're going to stand there and crumple in the pocket when they feel pressure. But I would consider putting a linebacker on him in passing situations. If you're going to blitz, but make sure someone stands there and watches him, and don't let him squirt through the middle of that pocket, because every game I've watched, he's had one or two runs a game where it's third down and you're just like, damn. Couldn't get off the field there because of that. So.
How are the Cowboys with their pass rush outside of DeMarcus Lawrence if Gregory is not playing and
same as last week,
and no Taco, and I mean they are, but then that's
I'm counting on Gregory.
Okay,
I'm counting on him.
But you saw it last week to answer your question. There was no Gregory. There was no Taco for the whole game.
It was
and
all
there was
Crawford.
no David Irving.
Yeah, and it was really the one swing guy was Armstrong.
Crawford had a few inside rushes, but for the most part, he was on the right end. And but the X factor to me is Tank Lawrence, because no matter who's on the other side, it feels like every sack they got that wasn't from him, he's pushing the pocket and opening things up for everybody else. He's got to be that guy that's just got to wreck things from the left side of the defensive front.
They just need more up the middle. And Collins is starting to show a little bit, but he needs to keep coming on.
Keep that twist game going. That's going to be key in this game. As much as they can make this Eagle front have to move. Make Peters move. Make bad knee Johnson move. Make these guys have to move and adjust to you, and then that'll affect the way that Wentz plays. Keep an eye on him, but make him have. Now, trust me, they're going to make some completions in this game. They're going to make some completions. They've got too many weapons. They're going to make some completions. You just can't have them being those devastating plays.
Bus and
guys letting Jeffrey run open, letting Golden Tate run open. You can't let these guys do that. Make as many contested plays, and it's something it's something every week in the NFL, but especially with this team, because that tight end, he can kill you the way he plays.
Well, he kills everybody. He leads their
He's on a pace for 120 catches.
So this was interesting yesterday. One of the things in the drills that we saw before we get dismissed, they were practicing the safeties coming over the top on a deep hash throw. So what happened in the game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The guy who I forgot which receiver, 15.
Yeah.
Came down the hash.
Came up the middle of the field.
Sean Lee's underneath, and the safeties got there late. Well, they were practicing moving over from the middle of the field over to the
this
hash.
guy will throw down the middle of the field. That's why you have to be alert.
So they're looking. They were practicing coming over and picking off the ball with the guy coming down the middle of the field. So that's one thing that they better watch out for, because they got exposed on that.
Get ready for a bunch of crossing routes and things like that. Pick routes on third down. They're going to have to be really smart in this game.
Well,
see what's happening to you and make those adjustments.
Sproles is such a great space player still, if he's not in the game. But now they've added Tate, who is one of the best run after catch guys in the league. You got to prevent him. I mean, they saw it a few weeks ago. You can't let him get the ball in space.
Don't be surprised if they don't hand it to him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We don't really know what their
situation.
Yeah, we don't know what they're going to do with him. That's interesting. Haven't seen him yet because they had the bye week last week.
As the Cowboys said about Cooper, they didn't trade for him to sit him on the bench.
Nope.
That's right. Nope. Golden Tate will be out there. All right, 888-855-2297, the number to call. I can't wait for Rob Phillips' read coming up next.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Dr. Pepper is the one you crave. But how do you explain that craving?
Imagine being shipwrecked on a desert island, alone. Glass-like curls of surf pound the shore with Dr. Pepper-colored waves. Surrounded by desire, but you can't drink it because it's the ocean. Fish live in there. The only thing you want is Dr. Pepper, and you can't have it.
Now that is a Dr. Pepper craving. Dr. Pepper, the one you crave.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Who did he say that to? Because he didn't say it on
Crunch time is when you gotta stay cool. Shut up, Mickey. And nobody's better at keeping cool under pressure than Tommy John. Tommy John underwear has moisture-wicking, antimicrobial fabrics to keep germs and perspiration at bay.
I read that the other day.
No, you screwed up the one yesterday. That means no discomfort and no adjustment. Tommy John, no adjustment needed. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order.
Rob, Mickey is doing his best to screw up today's, too.
He's going to get sent to the kids' table. He doesn't show a little bit more respect.
Yeah. It goes both ways, my man. Both ways.
That was
Stop trying to break the TV, throwing liners at it.
That was very good, Rob. I like that.
I picked the toughest one since you
I challenged you.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I read it the day before.
I know. I heard it.
It was really
That's
good,
why I
too,
was looking
wasn't it?
forward to Rob's read.
I got microbial or whatever.
What is it again?
Microbial.
Yeah. Okay.
You almost got it.
All right. Something to look forward to. Not only Mickey's pick at the end of the show, but also his read coming out of the next break.
This has become a bit.
I might read something else.
All right. How does the head coach convince this football team that they can go into Philadelphia on Sunday night and win this football game?
The fact that they're 3-5. That's all the motivation he really needs.
That also can be twisted the other way. Oh, we're 3-5. We're not good enough.
But you could also look at it as a situation and say, you know what, your season, like we were talking about, your season's on the line. It really, really is.
We were talking about on the way down here. This is it.
Yeah,
I mean, in a lot of ways, this is it.
If you have to try and sell them, convince them to try and go win a game,
then you're done.
And he needs to be done.
The reason I ask that is if you hear most fans out there, the season
They give
is
them
done.
no chance in hell.
That's right. But in reality, when you look at the standings, they are a game back of Philadelphia, and they are 2 games back of Washington.
Yes.
And that's all the players need to know.
They know what's going on.
They know what's going on, the reality of 3-5.
Yeah.
But if they go in there and beat Philadelphia, they are right in the thick of things. If they go in there and lose at Philadelphia,
there you go.
What's Washington got to the Sunday?
Tampa Bay.
At Tampa.
Okay.
You never know.
But you never know on that one either.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't think we didn't give Tennessee enough credit last week. I don't think anybody did. That picked those games on this show. I think it was a clean sweep. It was a clean sweep on our website. And I don't think anybody's given Dallas a chance in this game either. And that's a mistake. because we've seen the way this league works. When you think it,
Got
you
another
think
one picking the Cowboys.
when you think you got, haven't done it yet, but when you think you've got it figured out, that's when reality slaps you in the face, and that's what happened in the Jacksonville game too. I'm not saying that that's for sure, but I talked about it yesterday on the show. This is an Eagles offense that has struggled largely throughout the season to manufacture points themselves.
Oh, this is the type of game they win. This is the type
at home.
No. This type of game Dallas wins. Yeah. This type of if you go back and look, Dallas traditionally Garrett has played pretty well in Philadelphia. I know it's been a different cast of characters, and you kick out the games that have been like those throwaway games. Yeah. Kick out the throwaway games.
What's weird about it is Dak and Zeke have really played them twice
without it really mattering.
Yeah, where something's on the line.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
Now they got rolled last year at home. But I mean, and that's when they were in that bad funk that they were going through.
No Zeke.
Yeah. You know what? I'll admit it because I got to get out of here at 10:25. I'm picking them to win this game because I'm a believer in
Whoa. Breaking news.
I'm 0-3.
Brian brought us picking the Cowboys to win this game.
I'm 0-3 in the last three. I started off 5-0.
All right.
On gut feeling. But you know what? I subscribe to the desperate team theory. I really do. I subscribe to coaches and players getting on an airplane and going to win a game. Now you go prove me wrong. You proved me wrong at Tennessee,
Right.
You proved me wrong in Washington, when I had faith in you. So I'm giving it one more shot.
They proved you wrong at Jacksonville. The other way.
Yeah, the other way, right.
Proved a lot of people wrong.
You're going to have to adjust your top 10.
How's that?
You're going to have to add one.
You can put that one in there?
Yeah, just put it in there. This is what's going to happen.
TBD?
No, this is typical in this series, too.
Yeah.
Just when you least expect it.
Yeah.
And it's happened both ways.
I mean, if Philadelphia was 7-1 or something like that, I think I would feel a little bit different about this. But I trust me, they've got issues too. They've got issues.
Well, they've made a trade for a receiver at the bye week, just like this team did, for the same reason.
Yeah,
they're trying to get some juice going in their offense. So
and everybody's acting like, they've got such a great home field advantage. It's a tough place to play, and I'm going, please, yeah. And
it is a tough place to play.
But here's the bottom line, and I can't remember what player said it. He goes, as long as the fans don't come on the field, I'm okay.
Yeah.
How much is this like 2010 when the Cowboys were 1-7 and they had just fired Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett took over this team and they went to play at the New York Giants, which was a 6-2 Giants team that had won 5 straight games, and they went up there and won 33-20. Is it like that at all? I mean,
I don't think you had the coaching change.
The good thing is this team's better than that one.
Yeah, and the season was lost at that point. That was pure pride. That was
people getting on an airplane and going to win a game.
That was Jerry putting everybody on notice, including the players. Like, you're being evaluated the rest of the season. They're still playing for something here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is a season on the brink right now.
Yes.
This is jobs on the brink right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm saying. I mean, this league is strange in that way. When you think, who is it say? When you think you know, you don't know. I think that's maybe one of those Jim Mora type things. You
think you know, but you have no idea. The Real World on MTV.
It might have been. It might have been Mike Shanahan. One of those guys said that. But to me, they fooled me last week. Okay, I'm going to say okay. Once again, I'm going to go with you here, but I'm going to go with you because I believe you're capable of going out there and playing a game like you did against Jacksonville. I think you're capable of going and playing a game like you did against Detroit and people like that.
We were right for 3 series. They just didn't cash in.
No.
They were ready to run that team right out of the stadium.
Right.
So then what happened? Why did Tennessee win that game?
Because they didn't score the 17 points they should have in the first quarter.
Third downs.
Yeah, you didn't get the vintage defensive performance out of this team.
Offense played the same they've been playing, and the defense had a letdown. Yeah. That's why you lost that game.
I'll give you this. I think that they were mentally tougher that game.
Tennessee
was a mentally tougher football team that game because look at it from a Tennessee perspective. They were turning the ball over every series, And then Cowboys were about to go up 14-0, even though they missed a field goal. Could have been 17-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then they come up with a pick, okay? But they just kept at it, kept chopping wood, and they handled the adversity of the first part of that game. And then the Cowboys came back and actually, they took the lead 14-7. Cowboys tied it at 14. And so then at halftime, here it is. We're clean, okay? But they were mentally tougher in that second half, and they made the plays.
Well, if that's the case,
if
they're mentally tougher, if the other opponents are mentally tougher, then I'm an idiot for picking against Philadelphia. Then.
Well, and I'm not saying that the Cowboys can't have that same mentality, but you just have to show it. You have to when things go good, you have to be mentally tough and not.
Maybe that's the story of this team. Maybe they can overcome.
Yeah, you got.
They played to after the whistle.
Yeah, you have to handle adversity and you have to handle success.
Yeah,
this stuff of.
Well, that's Garrett spoke about that on Tuesday, coming off the game. You're absolutely right about that. You're talking about handling success. You're talking about going up early, getting those early turnovers. You think everything's rolling your way. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
taking pictures in the end zone.
Well, that's the thing. The defense makes plays. Okay, early in a game.
Yeah,
we're in the first quarter of the game. Why are we celebrating?
Yeah.
Okay, Let's get to the next.
How about
series.
finish a game? How about finish it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Rod Marinelli was asked about that, and he said, "I prefer not to answer."
Yeah.
About the
picture in the end zone.
Yeah. He said, "I prefer not to answer."
Yes.
Now that's not to say you got to play the game with excitement and passion and all that stuff.
Yeah, you don't want guys to lose their swagger.
Right.
And that's what that defensive line, hot boys, they have that.
How come they didn't get penalized for that?
Because you can celebrate in the end zone.
Celebrate. Did they bring a camera out?
No, they were posing in front of the cameramen on the sideline.
But
but they took the ball with them. And there was nothing in the end zone. It wasn't like a touchdown. It was a turnover.
Yeah.
That was called back, right?
Yeah, it was called back.
And one of them was called back. They took a picture.
Didn't they take the picture when it was called back,
They
right?
did it twice.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a little much. So anybody that had a problem with
why am I picking them in this week then?
Tennessee doing that on the Star.
Strange lady theory.
Your
trademark.
I'm an idiot.
No.
Okay. So aside from
this team is probably going to fool me again.
Well, if they do, then you don't pick them to beat Atlanta on the road because at that point they'll be 0-5 on the road this season.
Yeah,
and that's firmly a trend.
Now it's really done.
But I'm with you on this. I really am because
don't be a homer with me on this one.
I'm not being a homer.
Don't go with me here. You're gonna lose.
I'm not a homer. Believe me.
No, I'm a homer.
I didn't grow up a fan of this team.
No, I'm a homer right now.
Huh?
I'm a homer right now by doing this.
No, you're playing by feel.
I'm not playing by feel, Mickey. I'm an idiot because I believe this team could actually go out and play well.
No, we still think that, right?
I want to hear from a Cowboy fan out there who really believes the Cowboys are going to win this game on Sunday night at 888-855-2297. I've issued
I thought you had one.
Oh, you'll get one. You'll get one.
I want to hear it. I want to hear. And here's what I want to hear. Aside from the what you're talking about, okay, it's just like this team to win this game.
Sure it is.
I want to hear how on the field this is going to happen.
Oh, how it's going to happen?
Yeah. How are they going to do it?
To me, Philadelphia, this is the one Achilles heel that Philadelphia has. And it's their biggest, and it was one of the best things they were able to do last year. They were second in the league when this came down to it. Converting third downs in the red zone allows you 4-point plays. This team is last in the league when it comes to that. They've had 20 trips, 4 conversions. Okay, that's last in the league. They were first in the league last year, second in the league last year doing this. Okay, they have to kick field goals. Now it's up to you to find a way to finish drives.
Yeah.
If you deny them 4-point plays, the old thing we always talk about. Oh, they're just kicking field goals. Well, maybe you kick 7, you can win like they did that Dallas did that one year when I was at Green Bay. Yeah. But I'm just saying though, if their Achilles heel is when they get in the red zone, they have problems. Whether it's a turnover or whether it's having to not convert and have to kick field goals.
You said they're last or second to last?
Last.
Red zone efficiency. Wow.
Yeah, when it comes to converting for those 4-point plays. Mm-hmm. You convert in third downs in the red zone, you get 4-point plays. You score touchdowns. This team is the last in the league when it comes to doing that.
But I thought Doug Peterson was a genius.
He is a genius.
He knows how to call plays. He's very creative.
Yeah. Very creative. But I'm just telling you, if you want to hang your hat on something, look at that right there.
Yeah.
And Dallas, you know what? Go find a way. They've got to get back. The only game they've lost running the football, it was Seattle. And it was the highest average per carry, too, by the way. But that's the only game they lost running the football. Think about that.
If you can run it.
Yeah.
We can find a way to run it on that edge. I think so.
They got to get Zeke involved however you do it. Whether it's in the screen game, something.
This needs to be a Pittsburgh game of 2016. Where you go in there and it's going to be tough. You're going to have to fight the crowd. You're going to have to fight on the grass. You're going to have to fight a lot of things, them making plays. But you've got to find a way to have some type of offensive production.
They've got to get back, or not even get back. They got to find chunk plays. They have to.
It's hard for them to do.
Well, but they've added a guy that can help them do that.
Yes.
Whether he does it himself or he opens it up for somebody else. But they had, I think, 4 explosive plays last week against Tennessee, against a poor secondary. Let's be honest, Tennessee's. And only one at 3 before the game got out of hand. They have a piece now with Cooper that can either do it himself or get others involved down the field. They've got to be able to hit those. That'll help Zeke out. Maybe use the pass to open up the run, Mick.
Last 4 games, 14 sacks they've suffered.
Cowboys?
Yes. Last 4 games, the 3 they lost, they averaged 81 yards rushing. If that doesn't change, this ain't going to change.
I had a question for Brian.
81 yards rushing.
And I'm picking Dallas to win.
Me too. As good as this defensive front is for Philly, they've got 22 sacks, I think, on the season. Team is just trying to get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
Just try to avoid that rush.
Trying to avoid the rush. It's the biggest problem is up the middle. Fletcher Cox in the middle. That's where people are affecting the passing games nowadays. It's not on the edge. These edge rushers, we're about to pay a guy a lot of money who probably deserves it because he can play both ways. You can play the run pass. But it's these defensive tackles that are affecting the games inside, controlling the run, getting some push, making it uncomfortable in the middle of the pocket.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, like we talked about, I play Suafilo because I feel like, though, that if you could find a way to make the pocket firm for him, give him a chance to step up and make a throw. Let him make a throw. We'll see.
What's the big difference with Carson Wentz and a Jared Goff that made them the top pick in the draft as far as throwing the football downfield?
I tell you, with Goff, when you watch Cal film, he was so accurate down the field. I mean, his best
and under pressure too.
Yeah, his best passes were touch passes down the field. I think that coach has done a great job. They got weapons, their lines protecting, they can run the football, they can throw the ball to that guy. You get a quarterback that feels comfortable throwing the football. He didn't feel comfortable throwing the ball with Jeff Fisher there.
So how about Wentz?
I think Wentz is far less accurate throwing the football down the field. That was a big problem with his rookie year. He was afraid to throw the ball down the field. So they'll make some shots. Now, I'll tell you, if you look at their numbers, they got some great run after catch. That team right there, I think against Jacksonville, they had 169 yards in run after catch. So that tells you a little bit about what's going on there. Throwing the ball to these guys and letting them scoot, or him throwing it.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to take some shots. They're clearly going to take some shots down the field on Dallas. They're going to figure out. They're going to figure out if Cheeto Awuzie can play down the field.
They got 3 or 4 guys that can take it to the house on you.
Yeah, and they're going to play to Mickey's point of, hey, can the safeties get over the top? Can somebody get over to help?
Yeah,
that's what you're going to see. But this team, if you look at run after catch, this team, it's pretty impressive.
Pass rush, they got to have it.
And they got to make sure that guy doesn't run away from the pass rush.
And it can't be like they did the one play with Mariota that 3 guys went to the left.
Yeah.
And no one was over here, and he just took off and ran forever.
How do you think they'll implement Golden Tate? What type plays will they use?
No, what does Golden Tate do best? Yeah, Golden Tate will get down the field, but what does Golden Tate really, really do? You ever watched him play where he just runs right across the field and catches it on the move?
I was saying run after catch.
Run after catch.
Space guy.
He's perfect for what they do.
They're going to
run after catch.
They are going to run him through traffic, and he's got a feel for how to do it. And you better be able to chase. We've seen that with ourselves. I'm just telling you guys, they're going to make some plays. They're going to make some plays. The problem is you can't let them make every play.
Well, they can make some plays, but you got to make some too. Don't come out of there with 14, 17 points because you ain't going to win.
That's exactly right.
888-855-2297. Still waiting on that call from a Cowboys fan who thinks the Cowboys
literally zero calls since you said that.
Going
so
to
weird.
win.
There were calls. There were calls before to complain, Bill. But now you know
we're only taking positive calls.
Looking for one call. We look forward to Brian Broaddus's official prediction before he has to depart, and Mickey Spagnola's next read next on Talkin' Cowboys.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's time for Tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
The OtterBox that builds those crazy protective phone cases?
Yup, and now they're changing the side dish game with the OtterBox Trooper Soft Cooler. Lightweight, mobile, and leak-proof, Trooper is perfect for blitzing a crowded parking lot with a Frito pie.
Amazing. Hey, you think I could fit my 7-layer salmon salad into the Trooper cooler?
Yup, but please don't.
And that's been Tailgating with the OtterBox boys. Learn more about the Trooper soft coolers at otterbox.com.
While a player could look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
It can be hard to find the right resource for learning about important financial matters. You search how to build savings, you end up reading about the one weird ingredient from supermarkets that can make you taller. That's why Bank of America built BetterMoneyHabits.com, a safe little corner of the internet for answering your financial questions. Full of simple videos and tips, Better Money Habits can show you how to make the most of your money without resorting to random searches that always seem to lead to unbelievable photos of childhood stars grown up. To learn more, visit BetterMoneyHabits.com.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Here in Cowboys country, we always ride with our boys. And when we're riding with our boys, we use Jack Black because it's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys. Get your Jack Black Playmaker JB4 faves plus a full-size lip balm for just $10 and free shipping at getjackblack.com. Use Cowboys code.
This is fascinating to me. You hate that writing so much, but you just combined the Tommy John read that you hate with the Jack Black read to try to jazz it up.
That was pretty brilliant, I thought.
He sat there and studied throughout the break how he was going to jazz up his read, and that's what he came up with there.
I need some more
just
Jack
scream
Black
it into the mic. That's jazzing it up.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. You just turned me down.
Oh, I got to read.
Oh.
Here we go.
The Big 12 Championship returns to AT&T Stadium on December 1st. Be there when the top 2 football teams in the Big 12 Conference face off to become the conference champion. Get your tickets now at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium. All right, we've got a phone call, but we also got a prediction, an official prediction from Brian Broaddus, who has to leave a little early.
Yeah.
You want to take the phone call first?
Go ahead and take the phone call.
All right, we've got Sean in Tennessee. Hello, Sean.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Great.
I do think Dallas will win Sunday. I think if
there you go.
If the coaches can play to Dak's strengths, get the RPOs going, get Dak on the move, I think it'll open up the pass game and use a little bit more play action. We absolutely have a chance. We could beat anybody in the league if we play to Dak's strengths. It's just that the coaches are willing to do that.
Very good, Sean.
Got you down.
That was great.
Good point.
Play action.
Yeah.
That's the new cry out there.
Play action.
I know what you're going to say. You got to run the ball well to be able to play action.
Yeah.
And he's throwing his hands up in the air in agreement. And I don't disagree with you.
Play action. If it works so much when you're behind and it's the fourth quarter and you're running out of time and you got to score twice, do you run play action? No, because they know you're not going to run the ball.
You also don't want to turn this quarterback's eyes away from the field. Mm-hmm. That's another thing you have to think about when you play action. You really want him turning his back to the defense and then having to come back and try and find everybody again.
And trusting the wide receivers will be where they're supposed to be.
Hopefully that number 19 will be right where he needs to be.
And they don't grab him.
They did grab him.
In the end zone.
Yep.
The other thing with Dak.
Big factor in Philadelphia.
He had the 2 turnovers in this game. I think the stats out there, he's got 21 turnovers in his last 16 games.
That's true.
And why is that happening?
Some of it's on him, Mick. Some of it is on him, and he put it on him. He can't make that throw in the end zone, whether Amari got held or not. He's got to strike a balance between being aggressive, because they've got to make plays in this game.
What about the fumbles?
I think he sweats a lot. I think he sweats a lot.
That's what it is, slippery.
He's got.
You ever seen him?
He's got Big Baby at center.
Yeah. You see, he sweats a lot. Seriously, you look at him with the ball. I think he has some wet hand problems. I really do.
Some of the times he's gotten those strip sack fumbles, he's been blindsided. This other one against Tennessee, he was trying to continue to make something out of nothing.
Jay and Brown was hammering away.
After the whistle.
Yeah.
You just got to strike the balance between being aggressive. You don't want him not to be aggressive, because they're going to have to make plays down the field, but he's got to protect the ball. He knows that. But that's another thing. They can't lose the turnover battle in this game on the road. They absolutely can't do it.
Up until this year on play action, who a lot of times was his target on play action passes?
Ball was going down the field. Was that more Beasley or was that more Gallup?
It was Dez.
No, I'm talking before this year.
Oh, before this year. I'm sorry.
A lot of it was Witten.
Witten, yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Underneath.
could always trust where Witten was going to be.
Sure.
When you turn away and you aren't seeing the field, but when you look back up,
That's
you know
true.
Witten's going to be.
I think that's the biggest concern when you start talking about play action is taking his eyes away from the field. Mm-hmm. But that's just my 2 cents.
Do you think Jason Garrett is considering at all play calling?
If I was him, I would absolutely consider it. Yes.
He was asked earlier this week, and how did he phrase his answer?
Not right
now. Not right now.
Right now.
Well, right now, Scott Linehan is the play caller.
Lay a big fat egg and see what happens.
What did you make of that? We talked about that earlier in the week. Do you think that was a qualifier?
Well, I thought it was interesting, and but I'm sitting here wondering, okay, right now was Tuesday. By Wednesday, was Linehan still the play caller? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would he do it as quickly as this
Scott
week?
took some blame yesterday, right?
Yeah, he did.
Did he stand up there and kind of fall on the...
I didn't listen to all of him.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to it from the beginning. I caught him on the second half.
He was asked about Jerry's comments, I guess, saying that everybody's got to take ownership.
They absolutely should.
From the top on down.
Yes.
Including Jerry. And he said, I've got to look inward. Everybody's, coaches, we got to do a better job as well. So,
Could
do
that be a way of jump starting things on offense?
If Garrett were to call the plays?
Changing the play caller. Even from a mental standpoint to just a confidence standpoint, okay, now we're doing something different.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that Scott Linehan would not be involved in the game plan, It's just you got a different, just like on defense. You got Chris Richard, who the switch was made. He's calling.
Yeah. Mickey brought up a good point, though. We don't know how involved Jason is.
Right.
In the operation. Now, Scott's making the call ultimately, I guess, but, Garrett could have some influence, and maybe he's taking a little more as the season's gone on. We don't know that.
He can override the call.
I'd like to see him take the play sheet and go at it.
Just take it.
Take it and go. I don't need to click over and tell them what to do. Just take the play sheet and go. Let's see something different then. Let's see if, in fact, adding this receiver and maybe getting the running game going a little bit better, or is it all the offensive line, maybe helping the quarterback a little bit more. Maybe Jason Garrett has a little bit better feel for what needs to be done with the quarterback. I'm all for that.
What are the chances of that happening Sunday night?
I don't think it happens Sunday night, but I mean, if things go badly Sunday night, then I think all bets are off for the second half.
I don't know that you'll know if it happens.
You'll know if it happens when he has that play sheet in his hand.
Oh, well, but he's got a play sheet with him, doesn't he?
He keeps in the back of his pants.
Yeah, but it's not.
When he has it in his hand and he's actually clicking that thing and talking, you'll know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's how we know Chris Richard calls defense.
He might have it memorized.
There was the sideline shot of Chris Richard doing this with it.
He's got it over his mouth. Yeah, exactly.
All right, you got 2 minutes left. Brian, some parting thoughts before you have to leave.
Yeah.
You're picking the Cowboys to win.
I am picking the Cowboys to win. I think this is going to be a game. It's going to have a lot of ups and downs for both teams. I do feel like that there's some things that Dallas can do offensively. I like what everybody's talking about with Amari Cooper, especially if the Eagles are banged up a little bit in the secondary. I kind of feel like this game is going to be one of those 26-23 games, and Dallas has been terrible. I'm not going to say Dallas is going to win on a field goal because Dallas has not scored a point in a 2-minute drill all season this year.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh.
So keep that in mind as you're trying to drive for
only because the ball hit the upright.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, but you haven't scored any points. Give me Dallas 26-23. They're going to save the season this week. Next week will be a whole nother set of challenges. But for 1 week, I'm picking them to win this game.
All right, very good.
I'll see you guys down the road.
All right.
All right.
Go see if you pass.
Oh, the government trusts me.
I don't think the government trusts you.
All right, there he goes, Brian Broaddus, and check him out on Sunday, leading up to Cowboys-Eagles on Sunday Night Football.
He'll have the bow tie on.
Hope he got in the country legally.
Why? Just why?
Because then you don't get your global entry.
Oh, is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay, Rob Phillips. You have a pick for this game?
Yeah, I do. I'm going with Brian's strange lady theory that when you think you get this thing figured out, you don't have it figured out. I don't feel great about it, and Brian's got him getting 26 points. If they can get to 20, that'd be nice on the road because I think this defense is capable of playing better, obviously, than they did against Tennessee. I'll go 20-17 Dallas. At some point, they're going to win a road game, right? I mean, at some point.
Yep, you would think. What do they say in the NFL? The longer you lose, the closer you are to winning.
Yeah,
that's right.
Vice versa.
Yeah. Why not Sunday night with the season mostly at stake right now?
Who's your pick to click?
I mentioned making plays down the field. If they're going to win this game, Dak's got to have a good game in the passing game. He's got to be able to make some plays down the field. It's not all on him. Mickey and Brian and I have talked about it, but he's got to. They're going to go as far as he goes offensively down the stretch here. So I'll take Dak.
I'm going to go with the Eagles to win. I got to see it to believe it if the Cowboys are going to go up there and win on a Sunday night.
That's fair.
30-17 Eagles. But if the Cowboys are going to win, the pick to click would be Zeke. Zeke has got to play a great game for the Cowboys to win in Philadelphia, a la Emmitt Smith on a Halloween up there one year.
Was that the one he went like 60 yards for a touchdown?
Something like that. Anyway,
right down the middle of the field?
Something like that at the vet. All right, now the stage is set for the Mickey Spagnola Cowboys Pick of the Week.
It's time for Mickey's Minute.
It's time for Mickey's Minute.
It's only going to take 10 seconds.
No, we got 3 minutes left in the show.
No, go slow.
I've got the Eagles 23-20.
Oh, my.
Why?
Because I'm tired of picking them to win on the road, and they haven't won yet. So I promised myself the last time that if they lose this one, I will not pick them to win on the road until they win on the road.
So it's been the curse of Mickey.
That's right.
That has caused this road.
It's caused it.
Chaos.
And if they do win, my pick to click is Amari Cooper because I think he's going to rip them a new one.
Whoa.
He had 5 for 58 and 1 last week. 5 catches, 58 yards, and 1 touchdown. if he's going to click this week, what are his numbers going to be?
He's going to have 8 catches, over 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
So basically almost double his production.
That's
from a
right.
week ago.
Absolutely. Another 3 days of practice.
Shot clock got you.
I think they can. I think they can lean on him a little more, providing that they can block it up front.
And how much do you two enjoy the environment of a game at Philadelphia, especially a Sunday night game in Philadelphia?
Check out DallasCowboys.com later today. Got a top 10 list in the history of this rivalry the last 30 years. All the crazy stuff that's happened in this rivalry, and there's a lot. With the help of Mickey, Brian, Nick, we all tried to come up with the top 10 moments with some extras. It's pretty good. Maybe there'll be another one Sunday night.
We can go back 40 years, too.
Yeah, we're going back 30. We're starting with the bounty bowls.
Okay, what would be, are you willing to reveal what's number 1 on the list?
Nah, you got to click to find that one out.
How about number 10?
Okay, reveal what's number 10 on the list.
Yeah.
Do you remember what's
he was
number
totaling
10?
it.
I forget what number 10 is. You know
so
what?
Did you have a vote? Who was the?
I got input.
Was it a committee of one, or was it a committee
kinda.
of?
Nick and I kind of put it together with input from Brian and Mick.
They came up with a bunch, and then we kind of
Give us one that we may not come to the top of our head.
One that I didn't know about was Kelvin Martin in 1991.
Oh, I love that game.
That punt return.
I love that game. I was talking with Daryl Johnston about it the other day. That was, it clinched the division, right, or a playoff?
They got
spot?
in the playoffs.
Playoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
91.
And that
Aikman
was
was
so
out.
brutally cold that day and windy.
No Troy Aikman.
And Berline was a quarterback, and it was a tight game all the way to the end. Was it fourth quarter when Kelvin Martin had the punt return?
Right up
like
the middle.
80
and
yards or
Ike
so?
Holt made the last block, and probably in today's game, they probably would have thrown a flag for a blindside block, but he just cold-cocked the guy.
And so how long had the Cowboys gone without making the playoffs before that
Since
moment?
85.
So that's, I remember that
That
scene
was
in that
the coming
locker
out.
room.
That was the coming out party for the new regime. I remember that was the first time I'd ever been on a charter flight because the Times Herald had gone out of business the week before, and Jerry offered us a ride to finish the season.
Right.
And I never, ever still don't walk up in the front where the coaches are, but Jimmy yelled at me to come up there, and that plane could have got back without fuel. They were so fired up.
And
there was maybe some self-inflicted fuel going on in the coaches' department.
This plain Sunday night could get back without fuel.
I'll let you
if
know.
The Cowboys are able to pull off a win in Philadelphia. We'll talk at you again on Monday.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?